Hello, my name is Dalia Rahmon, and I'm a third-year medical student at the Oakland University William Beaumont School of Medicine, and I'll be presenting this project. So the title of our project is Anti-Racist Professional Development of Medical Students, Evaluating the Effects of a Peer-Led Virtual Book Club on Discussing Race in Medicine. And I have the co-authors listed below the title. So I'll zoom into the introduction. So there's been a growing recognition among physicians and medical students of their responsibility to understand structural racism in medicine and its implications for healthcare disparities. Medical students at the OUWB School of Medicine piloted a student-led book club to advocate for racial justice and anti-racist professional development. So for methods, in small groups, participants read Harriet Washington's book, Medical Apartheid, and engaged in peer-guided weekly discussions surrounding the history of systemic racism in the context of medicine. Additionally, pre and post surveys were administered to assess students' awareness of racism in medicine, their level of comfort discussing race, and achievement of personal goals for participation. Qualitative and quantitative analyses were performed using participant responses. Going up to the results, so a total of 20 OUWB medical students participated in the book club, and their pre and post survey response rates of 80% and 35% respectively. Pre and post survey responses were analyzed separately due to sample size. Additionally, manual coding was used to identify patterns in free text responses. Pre-survey responses indicated an overwhelming desire for students to further their understanding and awareness of the history of racism in medicine. Additionally, we were able to directly compare pre and post survey responses of 6 participants using their unique identifiers. And this showed that 67% reported increased awareness of the impact of racism in medicine by 1 Likert scale point, and that's shown in figure 1. Additionally, the majority of post-survey respondents, 88%, indicated a desire to participate in anti-racist book clubs in the future and their intent to engage in further self-directed learning on anti-racism in the next 12 months. All program evaluation responses either strongly agreed or somewhat agreed that participation in the book club facilitated positive engagement within the medical school community. And this is shown in figure 2. Additionally, direct quotes from post-survey respondents indicated the value of this intervention and its positive impact on professional development in medical students. And that's shown in figure 3. So I'll zoom into those now. So figure 1, this is the direct comparison of the pre and post survey responses of the 6 participants. And we were again able to identify them using their unique identifiers. What I really want to point out is the last question on the right that says, I'm aware of the impacts that racism has on medical care in the United States. And you can see a large jump from 17% that strongly agreed before the intervention to 67% in the post book club response. Figure 2 shows program evaluation responses by participants in their post survey. Additionally, figure 3 shows direct quotes from post-survey respondents that reflect on the importance of the intervention and learning about this topic. And I'll read one of those quotes. It is a great priority of mine to provide the highest level of care for my patients, and this is not possible without having discussions about race and racism in medicine. So moving on to the discussion, and I'll move my over. So the purpose of this study was to educate students on the intersection of structural racism and healthcare inequities, which overwhelmingly burden Black Americans. I believe we were able to achieve this goal and increase students' awareness of the history of structural racism and its impact in medicine. Additionally, this intervention was virtual, it was low cost and entirely student-led, making it transferable to other medical schools or healthcare institutions. The overwhelmingly positive experience of respondents demonstrates that further resource allocation, such as more formal facilitator training or financial support, would further benefit this book club. Furthermore, the study was exploratory, the primary limitations being a small sample size that lacked diversity with regard to age, race, and student status. Additionally, there were limited advertisement that may have favored students that were already interested in the topic, creating a selection bias. Further studies should address barriers in recruitment and incentivize participation to attract students who may not have already had a prior interest in this topic. We also think it would be valuable to recruit medical school faculty, staff, and clinicians and increase the diversity of the small groups. In conclusion, this intervention demonstrated that student-led book clubs offer a meaningful platform to discuss structural racism in medicine and provide the opportunity for anti-racist professional development. However, further replications of this study should be conducted with larger sample sizes to increase generalizability. Thank you.